are many things you should do in Minecraft. Theoretically, the list of rules for surviving in the game is endless. But today is not a day for following rules. Isn't that right, Sub? Today, he's going to try and break every possible rule we can think of in Minecraft. We're doing this so you know not to. Do not try this at home. Number 1. First up is the most important rule in mining. Don't dig down. So Sub is going to do exactly that. Aren't you, Sub? Right down to bedrock. Here we go! And plop. Number 2. Gathering wood is a common practice, but using the wrong tools is one of the worst things you can do, like Sub, who is using a pick. That's not what it's for, Sub. You know this. Number 3. Using picks isn't too complicated. You just need to remember to use the right one. Sub here is trying to gather coal with a wooden pickaxe, which will never work. Number 4. Speaking of using the wrong tools, one thing you should never, ever do is try to mine diamonds with a stone pickaxe. You need iron or above, or it's not gonna drop anything. Number 5. Playing Minecraft all day can get a little tiring. You may even need to go grab a bite to eat. But you should never go AFK in a mine shaft. Number 6. Sub is continuing his mining expedition, but has come across a pool of lava. Avoiding it would be best, but Sub doesn't know what's best. Number 7. Sometimes you can be in a rush to craft. You may accidentally craft all of your materials instead of just making one item. And what's worse, Sub just did this with the worst item imaginable: diamond hose. Number 8. It looks like Sub has crafted his very own diamond sword. And now it's enchanted with all sorts of cool stuff. And he wants to change up his house. Sub, you really shouldn't be wasting your valuable sword breaking random blocks. Number 9. When coming to enchant, make sure you apply it correctly and remember to bring lapis. Sub forgot his. He's going to enchant his pickaxe. Sub, I said pickaxe, not hoe. Now you've wasted all of your levels. Number 10. It can be hard to craft an enchantment table, considering you need diamond and obsidian. So once you make it, make sure not to break it, unless you have a pick on hand. But Sub here is just gonna punch it with his bare fist. Number 11. There's a bunch more rules to consider when you're playing on a multiplayer server or building a new base. One key thing is to hide your valuables and building resources. Sub here has gathered stacks of wood and stone, finally ready to build a house. But 2 seconds of not looking is all it takes to lose everything. Number 12. When moving home, you want to gather up all of your stuff. You should always be looking out for players, and as such, should never, ever break your chests when out in the open, or something like that will happen. Number 13. This one is a big no-no. There are many incredible things that you can create in Minecraft, but nobody likes randomly cobbled together bases and cabins. They're a real eyesore and a grade A sign that you're a noob. 14. Once you have a farm growing, you want to keep tending to it. Be careful and make sure not to place it where it's likely to get trampled. Number 15. You may think it's fun to add pressure plates to your base entrance, but trust me, you really shouldn't. Mobs can activate pressure plates too. Number 16. After a while, you may feel like changing things up a bit. Perhaps alter the furniture, redo the walls, or spawn the wither? Sub, you should never spawn the wither in your house! 17. Sub's house is great, but it's a long way from spawn, and he wants a change of scenery. He's planning to travel a little further away, so breaks his bed. On the journey, he's murdered. Oh no. Now what does he do? Number 18. Sub gets to his new home and places the bed. He goes out to set up a new farm and is attacked. It's all good, he thinks. I'll respawn at my bed. Except he didn't remember to set his spawn. So now he's right back where he started. 19. The NPC villages are full of peaceful life and loving citizens. They trade, farm, and stay humble all through the day. Respect them, and they'll respect you. Oh no. Sub! Sub! Why? Number 20. While in a village, don't forget to look out for an iron golem, a big, hefty chunk of iron ready to defend against any attackers. Just don't become one of those attackers. Number 21. When out foresting and harvesting materials, it's easy to get carried away. Sub likes cutting down trees, but he hates large trees that require more effort to cut down. Never leave trees floating in midair. It looks really ugly. Number 22. Going back to crops. Have you checked them in a while, Sub? You really need to make sure you harvest them as they grow so they don't rot and wither. 23. Time to fight. There's an army of creepers and endermen outside, so prepare your diamond sword. Just make sure it hasn't got low durability. 24. Sub has journeyed to the Nether. It's hot in here. So hot that he's getting hungry. And he's spotted some zombie pigmen. Sub, deny the temptation. Well, looks like he's done for now. 25. Sub decided to take on the Wither again. This time, he's completely unarmed. Wait, unarmed? You should never build a Wither without a weapon. 26. Never use bows on Enderman. 27. Pro tip, you can get music discs by making a skeleton kill a creeper. Sub has decided that he wants some new music tracks for his jukebox, but you really should be careful when picking fights with these mobs. 28. Sub wants to go exploring. He considered making a map so that he could track where it is he's going. But why bother? We're breaking all the rules after all. 29. Sub is getting quite hungry after walking. Unlucky for him, he broke another rule by forgetting to bring any food with him on his adventure. Now he's gonna starve to death. 30. You're going to scale a lot of mountains and sheer drops in Minecraft. Always have a water bucket on your hotbar to catch you when you fall. No, that's lava, Sub! 31. Sub has made a nether portal and is going to venture in. He's left a bunch of his items behind to save the trouble of retrieving them on death. But he's broken a huge rule. He hasn't brought a flint and tinder. How are you gonna get back now, Sub? 32. Back in the Nether, Sub has finally decided to bring a water bucket to help him when he falls. It's just a shame that water doesn't work in the Nether. 33. While on the topic of other worlds, Sub has finally gone into the end, but he's awfully tired. Just don't place your bed down or you'll explode. 34. Sub is back and climbing the obsidian pillars to defeat the Ender Dragon. Admittedly, you should use arrows, but Sub is breaking all the rules today. Ooh, ouch. That's gonna leave a mark. 35. Minecraft is a big place. With so many biomes to run through and countless obstacles, you can't afford to waste hunger by jumping or sprinting. 36. On the topic of wasting time, make sure you build a sufficient wall to keep mobs away. Otherwise, you'll never get to sleep. Psst! Sub, I think someone's at the door. 37. While on the hunt for treasure, Sub has stumbled across a desert temple. Worth checking out, right? I think so too. Just be sure you don't activate that pressure plate in the middle of the… Perhaps I should have said something a little sooner. 38. Are you hungry after today, Sub? You've broken a lot of rules. And you only have rotten meat left. Well, might as well dig in. 39. Finding your way home is gonna be difficult. Use your map. Just make sure to look where it is that you're going. And 40. Maybe an ender pearl will aid towards your travels home. Just don't aim anywhere that could injure you. Ah well, Sub. It looks like you've broken just about every rule in Minecraft and annoyed a lot of viewers by doing so.